shoulder so you know. Is it live? Yeah. We all live. Oh, you got Twitter? You got the regular Twitter. I don't got For real? That's big. Tell I said, what's up? That'll be tough though. She gonna plug in that ESPN. Just joking. What's up, man? God, these dudes suck. We need to send them the game for free. Send me the link. Yes. No, click on it. The link makes it different. Great games. Guys, no goals. Alright. Bro, they got Monday night again. Yeah. I'm ready. You about to be smacked, man. I want to know in this series. Should be about 4-0 right now.
Put an all-pro.
All-pro, baby. I ain't on that. I ain't afraid to tell people what I ain't. Oh, you got to keep the sevens. 8:15. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Steven, we back. We got back. Madden. Thursday night preview. We look at all the games. This could be first place depending on who wins. Well, yeah, depending on who wins. One of these teams could be in first place. Other team could be in second. Right now, the Rams are in first.
The 49ers are.
Oh, the 49ers are undefeated. I forget. They didn't play this week, so I forgot. So that's the number one team. So this is basically battle for second place as of right now.
Unless the Browns win.
Browns could win, but once this game is over with, it's not going to matter what that score says. So you have the Rams coming in off of a loss. A huge upset in my eyes against the company Buccaneers. Seahawks, they've been kind of coaching. Was it a big upset? I think so.
The Rams have looked a little shaky.
But at home, against the Bucs,
with how the offense has been going, with how Jared Goff has been playing, I don't think it's not that much of an upset.
I think it's an upset. I mean, you look at the Buccaneers. On paper, would you have said they had a legit chance? Well, you're big on James, so you probably wouldn't. I didn't think they had a chance. I thought LA would beat them by at least 2 scores. The fact that it was a 50-40 game, like
I thought it would be a shootout. Actually, I predicted that in our exposed, and I picked the Bucs. I was all on the Bucs.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. All right, so going into this game, coming off a big loss, having to go on the road, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with the Rams? coming in
I'm
Seattle.
kind of interested to see how like the Seahawks defense is going to play against the offense, because early on in the season, especially the first 3 weeks, we saw teams do what the Patriots had done against the Rams in the postseason. It really started to line back in 2014, something like that. And then the Bucs didn't really do it because they Todd Bowles plays his own style of defense, and that's kind of like the Seahawks. They're kind of known for the signature style that Pete Carroll plays in cover 3. So I want to see if they use that system, if they consistent style, and if they don't, I think the Rams offense could have a bounce back game because they usually do well against
You factor in they're playing a short week in Seattle at all.
Yeah, that always matters, and especially with how Goff is playing. I mean, he can't do the play action stuff that they had so much success with in the last couple of years. Then he was like not even a basic quarterback, a below average quarterback.
Now, how much is that based on Todd Gurley's knees? I mean, I think last game he only got like 10 touches out the backfield, so
I think that is his limited workload is a response to not only his knees, but also how he's been playing them, how they've been loading up to stop the run and kind of putting it all on Jared Goff to win from the pocket. I think McVay was overthinking things like that because the Bucs weren't doing it. Why do I got Bob Wagner guarding Brandon Cooks?
I mean, I'm gonna take advantage of that every time.
Anyway, what I was saying was the Bucs really didn't do that Patriots stuff, so I thought they could have ran more with Gurley, and then he didn't get his first carry until 5 minutes in the second quarter. He touched him for the 13th touchdown.
Now, defensively, Seahawks, Bobby Wagner in the middle, you got Clowney up front. How is this team defensively? We know that Legion of Boom, no more. I think this is the second full year without any members of that Legion of Boom. How does this defense look to you?
The secondary is still suspect to me, but the front 7, now that they have Clowney, I think it's
solidified.
I keep forgetting about the Seahawks. And then you have probably maybe the best linebacker core in all of the league. You have not only you have Bobby Wagner, you have KJ Wright, and you also have Michael Kendricks, who when he isn't insider trading is playing pretty good.
I mean, I say the Cowboys could be the only team you can compare against, but I wouldn't agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you that they have probably one A.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
We know.
But offensively, yeah, I think their front 7 is as good as anybody in terms of speed and talent, being able to get after offense. I'm still worried about the secondary. They can't get after the quarterback. I'm anxious to see what that secondary is going to look like with good passing.
All right, switch sides as we see Russell Wilson doing his pocket presence.
Defense line scrimmage.
That's so. What are you expecting from this Seahawks offense? We know they're going to try to run the ball. We're going to try to run the ball 30 times. But when Russell Wilson has to pass, I mean, he has an emerging young tight end, and I can't get his last name. Disley. He's on my fantasy team. Disley. You got DK playing well, Lockett. Are you expecting them to continue to just try to run it down your throat? Or do you think they're going to try to take some chances through the air like James did this past week?
The funny thing is, I think the game plan that the Seahawks are going to bring to the table is going to be kind of similar to the one that the Bucs used. The Bucs, they did pass the ball a lot, but they ran the ball a lot early on first down. Like on first down, they had 32 first downs when they ran the play. One of their first downs was a down 7.5. They ran 22 times, and they couldn't run. They just kept running the ball, despite the fact that they couldn't run on those early downs. But then James just carved them up on second down and long, and third down and long, which is probably what Russell Wilson is going to have to do. These coaches that love to run the ball on first down, like put their quarterbacks in these scary spots where they have to complete third and 10, second and 10. James was able to do it, but he also has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, A.J. Howard, and Cameron Brate. So he has all these receivers. Wilson's receiver core is better than we thought it would be. Obviously, Metcalf emerging, but it's still not like everything's not. So maybe it will be harder against this Rams defense to exploit the matchup against the corners. At one point, like Chris Godwin trucked to keep the lead.
Yeah, it was
for a touchdown. And then Marcus Peters just let Mike Evans run right past him for another touchdown. All right, wow. Jared Goff picking up right where you left off.
Michael Kendricks. All right, so defensively to the Rams, what do you have to do to not allow a team to score 50 on you? Well, I'd say 40. Because, I mean, like I said, I felt like it was a breakout game this year for Jameis. And not only was that offensive, that run game going well, but he was passing. Oh, my God.
Here's DK. Where's that 4-3 speed?
What do you think this defense is going to have to focus in on with the Seahawks? Is it stopping the run early, trying to force the Seahawks to just be a throwing team, or that's just not going to happen no matter what?
No, yeah, you load up against the run on early downs, which I think Wade Phillips is smart enough to do. He'll know how to attack this Seahawks offense that makes it easier for opponents to defend. Like if you gave Russell Wilson just free reign on early downs, I think this could be one of the best offenses in the league because you have one of the best quarterbacks with a decent set of weapons. But the Seahawks offense continues to neuter itself. It keeps trying to establish the run, and it puts them behind the 8 ball, and then Russell Wilson is forced to play catch-up. We saw that in the playoff loss.
All right, so what's your prediction for this game? Are the Rams bouncing back, or do the Seahawks get one at home?
I really don't know. I'm just going to go with my gut and pick the Rams, just because they have the most talent on paper, and they have a coaching staff that's actually good, an offensive coaching staff. They obviously have a big disadvantage at quarterback. But I think the Seahawks end up doing what they usually do on defense. Sean McVay is pretty good at exploiting that, and the Rams have a bounce back offensive performance, and they win the game.
I think the Seahawks win. I think these home field advantage on Thursday nights, we've seen it last year. I think like the first 6 games the home team won. Last week the Eagles won on the road, but I think that was more of a coaching decision for the 4th quarter, especially the goal line. But I think this game is fantastic. I mean, we can have a whole mad discussion about that, but I think the Seahawks come in. I think they're motivated to put this team in a slight hole early on, and hopefully they can just use that run game to kind of stall and chew out clock. I can see this being a 24-17. And that man right there, Russell Wilson. Look at
this is part of the new.
Is this a future sight that we're going to see this week? All right, man, enough of this game. You have the Rams winning, I have the Seahawks winning.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring
game. I don't think so. I think you see 21-17, like I said. 31-23. All right, tell me, like, we're watching games this week. I want to watch
Kyle Allen, Gardner Minshew.
The backup quarterbacks. You want to talk about that game?
Backup quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew's their starter from now on. I'm calling it already.
Nick Foles is getting paid too much money to get back.
My question is, if you, let's say, hypothetically, obviously it's not going to happen. Carson Wentz somehow ends up on the Jaguars, and you have Wentz, Foles, Minshew on the depth chart. What's that depth chart looking like? Minshew, Foles, Wentz.
Yeah, Wentz, Foles, and Minshew. Like, don't make this harder, man. Don't make this harder, man.
Minshew's better than Nick Foles. I'm saying that, right? Like, if you factor in contract, age, potential.
I mean, if you look at that, he's played, what, 3 games?
Nick Foles' whole reputation is based on 3 games.
I don't think 3 games for Nick Foles. I mean, he had the whole 27-2 season.
That one
he balled out. He balled out.
That was.
He had some jerseys in the Hall of Fame for that.
By the way, there's this Eagles fan who clearly loves Foles, who like gets at me on Twitter, and he's always like, Nick Foles is in the Hall of Fame, and he uses his jersey being in the Hall of Fame as the argument. That does not count.
All right, who's more of Hall of Fame? I think we had this discussion. Nick Foles and Eli Manning.
Eli Manning.
And I don't
He's a better player.
I don't think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer, so.
At least I'm right.
I gave myself up. All right, so since you want to talk about this game, Jaguars, Panthers, what backup now starters going to have a better day?
Good question. I'll say Minshew. I think he's the better quarterback, and I think he's going up against the lesser of two defenses. I still think Panthers defense is very good, but they just lost Juwan Schwartz for the second year in time. Ryan Burns is like just been one of the best rookies in the league, but I'm still gonna. I think the Jaguars has a higher ceiling. Jalen Ramsey comes back, definitely. So I'll say Minshew has the game. I'm actually going to pick the Jaguars to win.
Who? At Carolina?
Yeah.
You know what? Me too. I mean, the Panthers aren't giving me any reason to pick them. I mean,
still on a 2-game winning streak, and they would have been 3 if they 2 quarterbacks lead.
I just think that right now, Uncle Rio and crew, they're just balling. They're balling.
It's Uncle Rico.
Rio, I don't care. That movie's like, what, 10 years old?
Yeah, it's like the last time Nick Foles was a good quarterback.
All right, my question is this. If, let's say Cam is healthy, Nick Foles is healthy.
Oh, Panthers.
But both, no, I'm saying, but both of these teams are on winning streaks. Which quarterback do you think deserves to start when they come back? Nick Foles or Cam?
I'm not going to dignify that question with a response.
I don't know, man. Do you take either one of these young guys out to put in the veteran? That's my question.
Yes, Kyle Allen, take him out. He was not good last year. I mean, he was fine. He just wasn't good.
All right.
A healthy Cam Newton is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. A healthy Kyle Allen is Kyle Allen.
Well, Gardner, though. Is Gardner that much better than Nick Foles right now?
I think he's on par with him, and given his contract and his youth.
I mean, what are you going to do with a man making that much money on the bench?
You wait a year and then cut him.
All right. What's another game you want to talk about? I mean, some of these games we can just go through.
Cardinals, Bengals.
We know the Patriots will beat the Rams. It's not a question.
Saints, Bucks.
Saints, Bucks.
And I think the Bucks are absolutely going to win this game. I know they're.
I would say this.
I know they are underdogs, but I think the line was like 6.5. I'm hammering that line to bottom of the bet, and I am. So
even though the Saints are at home?
Teddy Bridgewater hasn't thrown like more than 5 yards downfield all season. And I love Teddy Bridgewater.
I was so weak when they ran flea flicker for 7 yards.
Check it down. That's the only way to get him to throw over 5 yards to run.
Not disrespectful. That was funny to me. So, you think the Buccaneers could walk into New Orleans and...
They did last year with the worst team. And the Saints had 2 breaks. I think they scored 30 points on. I think they kind of exposed that Saints defense. As long as, let me say this.
I'm about to say, how do you think Evans on Lattimore is going to play? Because I feel like when Evans has a great game, that Tampa Bay offense is just going crazy. Like, it's hard to stop.
I think he'll have a good game. He just had good games against Marshawn Lattimore. He had good games against last year. So I'm not really concerned about that matchup. And then Chris Godwin just he's going up. I don't even know if Eli Apple's still number 2 in the corner down there. I think that's going to be a bad matchup to go too.
Wow, so you're all in on the Bucs.
I'm not all in. I am worried about Byron Leftwich as a play caller. I don't think he's that good. I think he runs too much on first down.
Like the Cowboys did.
And the Cowboys did, and you could see the same thing happen with them playing the Cowboys. Well, the Saints have a really good run. I don't think people realize that. So,
yeah, it wasn't like the Cowboys were just having a bad day. It was a product of playing a big front 7.
Right. The Cowboys' game plan was just bad all around.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. Run Teague on first, try to get a second man. If he gets 4 yards at least, all right, you know what? We can try to run it again.
But the thing is, that's not what they were doing early in the season. That's not how they were having success. Success. You would play action on first down and not running. I I think they passed 69% of the time on first down in week 1, and then it went down to 63, then it went down to 55, and then it was at 50 against the Saints. It's pretty obvious why their offense is all. Look at that. So my prescription for the Bucs play callers is don't run off first down. Don't call it that. And that's what they've been doing. They have the 31st lowest pass percentage on first down, which doesn't make any sense. Who's their running back? It's Ronald Jones. And you don't even know if I just made that name up.
All right. I think the Saints win. I think the Saints win another low-scoring contest. I say 17-14. I mean, I'm giving the Saints 2 touchdowns. I don't know if they're by Bridgewater or if the defense.
I think it's a blowout.
I think it's a blowout?
I think it's a blowout. I think it's like 28 to 11.
11.
I'll give them 11.
Number. They go to 2 and 2 though?
Yeah. 28 to 11. That's
all right. It's another game. I like this one. Bears, Raiders. Khalil Mack coming back to Oakland.
Nah, it's in.
Oh, it's in London. Oh man, how do you think he's gonna? How do you think he's gonna perform against his old team? Do you think he's gonna sack?
100 sacks.
Do you think he's gonna sack Carr so hard that he looks at Groot and taunts him? I mean, I don't think that's in his character, but you see him doing something towards Groot?
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think that's him. I think if he was more, I don't know, if he was someone else that was like more outspoken than maybe, but he's not like Baker Mayfield.
How many sacks do you think he's in?
I think he can get like 3.
No, how many is he coming in trying to get?
Probably like 5.
If he could get 6 sacks.
But the thing is, Derek Carr, once he sees anyone pressuring him, even if they're not really pressuring, he just throws the ball away. So maybe he won't get anything.
I don't know. I had Bears defense in fantasy, and they've got me like 20 points twice. Oh!
DK, you got to win on this one.
So who do you have in London? You have the Raiders and the Bears.
I have the Bears.
Even though Chase Daniels, who's probably the better quarterback, is playing.
What?
How bad do you have to be if you're Nick Foles? If you're Nick Foles, if you're Mitch and the backup is coming in playing way better. Like, how does that feel? How do you feel?
I mean, I feel like they know that they're not that great.
But Mitch is, what, 4th year in, took his team to the playoffs.
I mean,
could say he was the reason they lost.
When you're dropping back to pass and there's like a wide open guy and you try to throw it to him and it goes like 10 feet over his head like every time, you're probably like, I picked the Seahawks.
Alright, so I think the Raiders will.
Really, what do you think?
For some reason, I feel like the Raiders are going to have a good game in London. Score early, and they're going to force that Bears defense to try to, when they get or come back by throwing, they can't just run the ball. Which their running back situation is weird because Montgomery was leading the first couple of weeks, and then Cohen, who was invisible, was shown early, but then you didn't go back to him. So I really don't know what to believe with the Bears offense.
They really exposed like the Vikings defense, where they just were able to get whatever matchup they wanted with Cohen on guard, basically, anytime they wanted. That's how they would get the ball. But you're crazy.
I'm picking the Raiders.
What about the Joe Douglas Bowl?
What are we talking? I don't want to say the Eagles are going to come out and win big, because here's the thing. I read, the Eagles record against the Jets, like
none of the
career game is 10-0.
They're gonna be 11.
I feel like it's a trap, man. And they probably feeling too good about that Thursday night win against the
Jets.
Oh my God, what in the world?
That throw is terrible anyway. You threw in triple coverage.
I mean, I'm just trying to get like Dak did to Amari. But no, I think the Eagles will win. But I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout. I think, what's the line at, like 14 to start? I don't think it's going to be like that. I think the Jets are still coming off the bye, if I'm not mistaken. If Darnold plays, they have a quarterback who can't throw. Where's the flag at? It was getting out. But if Donald plays, they can actually try to like attack downfield. And the thing about this Eagles run defense, which is kind of like, I think smoke and mirrors is good because teams are just throwing all over you. We don't really know how this team will play against a good running back. I mean, Washington, their running situation is kind of weird right now. And week 2, they played Falcons. Matt Ryan was just throwing all over them. And then you see Detroit. Detroit got some good run plays in, but as far as their running back, he didn't have a big day. So I don't know if they're prepared for what could possibly happen with Bell.
I mean, Bell's good, but he's the Jets' offensive line.
I mean, after a week of not playing, after a week of sitting out watching, I mean, you don't know how they can prepare to attack the team early on. We know the Eagles don't start off too hot. I mean, they've had, what, 3 points in the first quarter?
They're going to win by like 3 touchdowns. So
I say so 27-17. All right.
Cowboys, Packers.
I got the Packers. I think the Cowboys. I think the Packers. I think both of these teams are going to come in trying to prove that last week was not their best efforts. But I'm not liking the play calling from Dallas. I don't know if the first few weeks was like that because they played bad teams, but you have to look off the You gotta figure something that happened Sunday night. Like, I think the product of playing a good team.
I think the Cowboys are going to get that. I think they realized after last week, like, we can't just keep running the ball into a brick wall. Just because we paid Zeke that much money doesn't. Like, Dak's our best player. He's their best player this year. So far this year, he's been one of the best quarterbacks. I think they realize that. They get back to passing the ball. And I think they get back on track.
All right, let's go through the rest of it. Browns, 49ers, you want to speak on that? I'm not big on the Browns. They did have an impressive win against the Ravens, but I think this is kind of like, if you win this game, I'll take you serious. If you lose this game, stop talking. I don't care. I'm not that big on the 49ers either, but I'm just tired of the Browns.
I think the 49ers are one of the best teams. I think they're one of the best teams in the league. I think the Browns could be one of the best teams in the league going forward.
I mean, I was impressed defensively how they were missing, 2, 3 defensive backs.
And they have been for the last couple of weeks.
And still was able to get a win.
They played well against the Rams, too. So the defense is further along than the offense. And I think the offense will eventually figure itself out.
I think what truly is their calling the offense running the ball. You saw Chubb got going. I think once they run the ball, Baker can kind of free himself up because when he's expected to do all this stuff, you see him patting the ball.
But he was just more calm. He's more calm.
But some of that is the running game can take some of that pressure off you early.
I don't think that's necessarily. I think they need to continue. I think their offense was fine the first couple weeks. I know a lot of people blamed it on Frank Kitchens because he was more of the unknown commodity. No, we've known Baker for 3 years. Started for a long time, and obviously started last year. Frank Kitchens, we didn't even know his name until halfway through last year. So everyone blamed him when the offense got to a bad start. But really, I thought it was Baker's issue. That's the issue there. I made a great decision not to play with Jared Goff. I just want to say that. I went with a better quarterback, and I'm going with the better quarterback in this matchup. Browns win.
Browns win? I'm going 49ers at home. I'm about it.
Actually, I changed it.
Oh, wow.
The run has been established.
Wow. Stuff like the Browns. All right, let's go to the rest of the game. Patriots, Redskins, already. Bills, Titans.
I think the Titans win.
I think I'll say this: Titans defense is good. I think Titans defense gets to Allen.
Probably.
Oh, he's out. Is he out? Okay, that's a KP.
It's kind of like Josh Allen plays with a concussion every week.
I'm going Titans. Steelers, Ravens. Do the Steelers get 2 wins in a row?
They play? The Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they get blown out.
Ravens bounce back.
Mason Rudolph is just white Teddy Bridgewater.
All right, Cardinals, Bengals. Oh God, this is first one of these teams has to win.
Cardinals. The Cardinals win.
Which guy gets his first one of the day? Any other of the season?
Yeah, they have the better quarterback.
All right,
And I think the better coach.
Falcons, Texans.
I'm down with the Falcons.
You know the Falcons.
Dirk Cutter, they should have never picked Dan Quinn over Kyle Shanahan.
Vikings, Giants. Ooh, I go to Vikings. I think the Vikings defense will finally give Daniel Jones a bad day.
Also, Giants defense is still attacking. Don't get fooled by the rest of them. Like, their secondary is still on. Kirk Cousins should have a good day. They have no pass rush. They have no secondary.
All right, Chargers, Broncos. This could be an interesting game.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I think the Chargers at home.
I would not. Oh, the Chargers at home.
I think
which
Chargers at home.
they're never really at home.
Yeah.
Think about it. But the Broncos aren't better at home than I think it's a closer game than people probably think it would be, but Chargers at home.
All right,
Colts Chiefs.
Colts, Chiefs. Chiefs.
They are going to win. I agree with that.
All right, we got 13 seconds left.
That's a terrible matchup for the Colts. They just play zone defense all game. They can't match up with the Chiefs like the Lions kind of did last year.
Oh,
I
I thought it was Cooks on our side. Why is it Brian just like? Come on, man, good man. It's only 7 seconds. You like the
Oh, golf doesn't know what to do.
Oh! Wow! Yo! He did that one at the beginning of the extra point. Yo! That was good.
I didn't even realize that I was only up to 6.
Yeah.
I thought I was up 2 scores.
All right, well, that was my prediction for the game, right? Seahawks up. Yeah, I'm right. I mean, I took this L. That was a cool L. It's not a bad L, but it's an L.